I'm here because I am a roaring lion crying out righteousness. So tomorrow is election day, and really what's at stake here tomorrow, no matter whether it's the governor's races that are open or whether it's the 235 seats in Congress and House of Representatives that are open, or whether it's the Senate races, how many seats are open in the Senate. It's all, and then some of the local races such as Secretary of State and some of the local Senate and House representatives, State House representatives. What this all boils down to, I just want you to pull up real close. I want to inform you of something. Now, you don't have to believe it. You don't have to. But if you're listening to me, that's a good thing. What we're looking at now in America, and we'll continue to look at in America until Jesus returns, is Obama versus Obama, the long-legged Mac Daddy, versus Tribulation Trump. That's what we're looking at. And those two are fighting one another. Now, God has named Obama the son of Satan, and he has double named, he's named Trump the servant of Satan. And one would ask the question, well, if they're both sons and servants of Satan, why are they fighting one another? Aha, great question. I'm going to answer it not with my words, but I'm going to answer it from the text, from the mouth and the lips of Almighty Jesus. But let me restate. The election that is happening today or in America right now, and the vote counting day tomorrow, and what has happened since 2016 has been Obama versus Trump. And Obama being the son of Satan and Trump being the servant of Satan. And leave that demonstration there, right there, just like that is. Those two, they're both spiritually. Now, my spiritual determination, me and my conversation with God, my theological authority. One is a servant of Satan, the other is a son of Satan. And then you would ask, well, why are they fighting one another? If you look at Matthew's gospel, it reads, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." So what Jesus said with his own lips is that Satan will be divided against himself. And this is the ultimate, Sister Virtuous Reader, this is the ultimate power of God. I'm going to speak more about this, Elder Butler, Elder Hartfield. I'm going to speak more about this. This is the ultimate power of God. This is the ultimate power of Jesus to get Satan to fight Satan, to get the son to fight the servant. There's probably nothing greater that Jesus has done than this tribulation event of kingdom against kingdom and nation against nation, and the son of Satan against the servant of Satan. This is, I don't know, walking on the water pales in comparison. For God to bring an end to the destruction, and in a way that I would consider vengeance, that God, his name is Jesus, is wreaking upon Satan for his move against Adam and Eve, going all the way that far back. I don't think there's been ever anything as powerful as this, where you get the son of Satan and the servant of Satan fighting one another. Now, in the election tomorrow, or whenever you will hear this, on the 8th of November, what happens right now, it appears that the servant of Satan, which is Tribulation Trump, Donald Trump, and his campaign tactics are stronger or greater, and potentially will come away from the 8th of November on Wednesday morning, the 9th of November, with the greater power. Right now, right now, the servant of the son of Satan, Obama. Now, I'm speaking theologically. I'm speaking spiritually. All you algorithm people. I'm a preacher. I'm a man of God. I got the Bible. All right? I'm not the New York Times. Of course, I wouldn't want to be either. But right now, the son of Satan with Biden and with Pelosi and with Schumer and with the others, they are in power right now. But it looks like round one, as it goes into round two, that Trump will come back to power. And very potentially, possibly, that should the servant of Satan's crew, Kevin McCarthy, take the House and they take the Senate, Mitch McConnell, they're going to impeach Obama's grandson, who is Joe Biden, President Joe. They're going to impeach him, to be sure. We're not looking at American democracy. We're not looking at, good. We're looking at good versus evil. We're looking at evil versus evil. And by the way, I'll do more teaching about this because I got some other things I need to present to you today. But you have to understand that what the son of Satan has done, and I'm talking about the long-legged Mac Daddy, the Mac Daddy Obama, you have to understand a large number of people that are with him, that they have aligned themselves with the greatest evil, one of the greatest evils on the planet. Anybody lined up with Obama is lined up with one of the greatest evils that have ever walked planet Earth. The only other evil that is as great are those who have lined up with Donald John Tribulation Trump. They've lined up with one of the greatest evil that has ever walked on planet Earth. Now, I'm speaking as a preacher. I'm speaking as a man of God. I'm speaking spiritually, theologically. I'm talking about evil. I'm talking about sin. I'm talking about heaven. I'm talking about hell. I have a right to do that. But anybody that's lined up with either one of them have lined up with the greatest evil that have ever walked on planet Earth. If you're lined up with Obama, you have lined up with the greatest evil that has ever walked on planet Earth. If you're lined up with Tribulation Trump, you're lined up with the second greatest evil or the equal greatest evil that ever walked on planet Earth. Evil versus evil. It is brilliant by Jesus. In other words, I could read this verse at verse 7. For evil shall be against evil, and great evil shall be against great evil. For nation shall rise against nation. I could simply say, for evil shall rise against evil, and kingdom against kingdom, and great evil shall rise against evil. Or I could read it this way. An evil nation shall rise up against another evil nation, or an evil kingdom shall rise up against another evil kingdom. These two represent evil on planet Earth, and anybody that is aligned with them, you don't have to like me. You can turn me off. If you supported me, I don't think that you are. You don't ever, listen, I'm God's servant. I'm trying to, if you are lined up with either one of these, remotely lined up with them, or remotely voting for their program, you are voting for and you are lined up with evil. You can turn me off. You don't listen. You don't ever have to listen to me again. I'm the Lord's servant. Trump is the devil's servant. Obama is the son of the devil. Evil versus evil. And nation shall rise, or evil nation shall rise against an evil nation. An evil kingdom shall rise against an evil kingdom. Verse 7 of Matthew's gospel and the prophecy of the tribulation. And boom, shakalaka, goes right there. There is never. This is a brilliant move of God. This is a brilliant move of God. And I'll say this, the other nations of the world, we got Gog and we got Magog out there raising their head. We got Gog in Russia, and we've got Magog in China. But here in America, We got the son of Satan, and we got the servant of Satan. So go out and cast your vote for either the servant in his program. Now, neither one of these are on the ballot tomorrow. You might notice. Neither one of them, you'll find their name on any ballot tomorrow. No, you will not. No, you will not. But it's their program, and they've been out there. This, my friend, Elder Salem, make sure you're taking care of Emerald. Elder Salem, this is the most brilliant thing I've ever seen in the New Testament. Maybe the Old Testament too, I'll have to check. This is brilliant by Jesus. And I'm supposed to say that what Jesus did or said or prophesied is brilliant is an understatement. It's an understatement. How many people will actually hear what I say, know it to be the stomped down truth, not because I'm saying it, because Jesus has said it. And know that over the past 14 years, since 2007, now 15 years, that Jesus has been developing this through the ATLAH teaching machine. Elder Salem, are you listening to me? Elder Nimrod, are you listening to me? Are you listening? Are you listening to this? Evil versus evil, and ye shall hear and see of it. And this is what we have. And tomorrow is the big showdown, and it will continue. I mean, you know, I said earlier today in the Trust in the Lord hour that I was concerned as to whether or not the Lord had left me. Not that I felt that he had, but I had watched a church at worship for 5 hours, and it was the deadest thing I've ever seen. It was supposed to be about a funeral, but it looked like to me it was a funeral of the church, not the funeral of the person in the casket. It was a funeral of the whole denomination in many churches. But by God revealing this truth, I've never heard this truth before. I've never heard this truth before, but it's true. And it's taken 15 years of development from the son of Satan to the servant of Satan, from the Mac Daddy to the tribulation, to develop this as clear as the nose on your face. Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. I'm James David Manning, everybody. I'm the Lord's servant.